Hey, welcome back. I remember you. Okay, in this episode we're going to copy the database binaries. Again, there will be a link for the download in the description. All the commands that we enter will be listed in the description. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start our VM. As you can see, we did a snapshot not too long ago where we expanded and added the fray diskgroup. Before we get started, we'll actually do some minor modification to that ASM diskgroup, so don't fret. And while we're loading up the VM, I'm going to remind you, if you like what you see, subscribe to this channel and click the alert notification so you can be notified when new videos are posted. If you have requests, go to the channel comment section on the channel and you can request particular versions of Oracle database combinations with Oracle Enterprise Linux. You can request upgrades, OEM installations, all kinds of fun stuff. So it's all up to you. You let me know what you want to see and I'll go ahead and work on getting it done. Okay, so our guest VM is fully booted and we're at a login prompt, but we're actually going to log in via PuTTY and connect in as user Oracle and do a little bit of magic with ASM. So first thing, set environment Oracle and ASM and asmcmd lsdsk dsk-k, and I just want to show you something that I noticed in between runs. When we added those disks last time, they came in with a disk name as ASM using the Oracle ASM volume name as part of the path rather than, as I expected, data 2 and data 3. So I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that real quick. So we're going to go into sqlplus as sysasm and we're going to go ahead and do a couple of commands. It's 180, col name, format A14, col path, form A50, col header status, form A14. Okay, so select group number, name, path, header status from ASM disk order by 1, 2, and we can see how they're inappropriately named. So we're just going to remove both of these, ASM1 and ASM2, from the disk group, and then we're going to re-add them one at a time using the name parameter with our name. So alter disk group data, drop disk ASM1 and ASM2, and we're not even going to bother with a parameter for rebalance from the $ASM operation, and it's done. So now we're going to go ahead and add them back, each with a name parameter. So we're going to add ASM1 back with the name of data 000, and then we're going to go ahead and monitor ASM operation until it's complete. Okay, that's complete, so we're going to add in ASM2 with the name of data _001, and then we're going to monitor ASM operation until it's complete, and it's complete. So now let's rerun our query and verify we have all our ducks in a row, and we really like the way that looks. So that was step 1, just to clean that up. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy our database binaries over to the guest with SCP. So I've prepared the command line. And this is going to take a few minutes, so we'll project fast forward. Okay, we're just about done copying files. Hey, just a note on that rename, we could have actually dismounted those disks per se, or the disk group, and done an alter disk rename. However, because ASM SP file is in that, it's unlikely we could dismount the data disk group. So just a heads up, that's why I actually removed it and re-added them with the name parameter. Okay, so this is all complete, so we're going to go ahead and log in through the graphical environment. Oh, before we do that, let's go back to our SSH session and unzip these files. So here we are, and that's created. Now we're going to change to that directory. And then we're going to unzip the file we just created. And this is going to run for a few minutes, so we'll let it go. Okay, so that took almost 8 minutes. And it unzipped 9 gigabytes out of that archive. And we can see we've got 11 gigabytes used in root. So before we continue on, rm-f tilde, and let's go ahead and remove that file. Okay, now we'll go ahead and log in graphically to the desktop as user Oracle. And let it build our desktop. And our desktop is up, so let's go ahead and open a terminal. Let's adjust it just a wee bit. And let's change to our new Oracle Home. And let's set some environment variables before we start. Export Oracle _ home. Export Oracle _ hostname. Probably not required unless we're doing grid, but won't hurt. And finally export Oracle under base U01 app Oracle, and that's pretty much it. Now let's run the installer. And it should be coming up here in a jiffy. There it is. Just let it wait. Okay, so in this one we're only going to set up the software only. So let's go ahead and select that radio button and hit next. It's going to be a single database installation. So next. And we're going to install the Enterprise Edition, the self-managing database. Snicker, Oracle base is correct. We're going to change the opera group to DBA just for simplicity's sake. It is, after all, a private test environment. It's going to run the prerequisite checks and tell us if there's anything we need to fix. And there's nothing we need to fix, so we're just going to go ahead and click install. So interestingly, as opposed to the root infrastructure, it didn't ask us for the root password and offer to execute those root scripts for us. So no big deal. We'll go ahead and let this run and come back when it's ready for us to execute those root scripts. Okay, so it's ready for us to execute those root scripts, or excuse me, that single root script. So let's go ahead and pull up our other session and do that. We could always open another terminal here and just do it ourselves in the graphical session, but it's just easier, I think. So UO1 app, Oracle, product, DB home 1, root, sh. Yep, we're going to accept that default. And it's going to ask us about TFA. Yes, let's go ahead and set up TFA, Trace File Analyzer. It's likely going to be needed on your production environments when you open support requests with Oracle. They're going to ask for the TFA logs, so you might as well become familiar with it. You might as well install it in your test environment. It's your test environment, so you have obviously root access and a production environment to get these logs. You may need to require the assistance of Unix admins if you don't have access. But more and more Oracle is requesting TFA logs with the service requests. So go ahead and install that, let it run. It doesn't take all that long. It's only a couple minutes, and it's really worthwhile. Okay, so it finished and we're done. So we're just going to go back to our X session and we're going to click OK, and that's pretty much it. We are done. The software installed successfully. You can also, to monitor progress, you can actually tail this inventory log in another window or another session to see what it's doing as it's doing it. It was relatively quickly for the software only install. So with that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to shut down this guest, and we're going to create another snapshot. And in episode 9, we'll go ahead and reset our environment and create a container database and a pluggable database in this environment. So tune in again for episode 9. Thanks for watching and have a great day.